Hello everyone, it's SystemCollapse, and I'm back yet again playing Modern Skyblock 2. In between episodes, I didn't do too much. My base still isn't that big. We got a small little thing here. What could I have done? Cactus farm, pretty small. Regular farm, just all regular seeds. Pumpkin, melon, that stuff. Some rice. Fluffy Puff, we'll go over that one. Fluffy Puff is a cool one. Go here, here, here. It can be used as paper, string, feather, and wool, so we'll be using that quite often. And other than that, just regular crops, some beetroot, carrots, potatoes, nothing special. And yeah, get all that stuff. And the cactus farm, I think I already mentioned that. I moved everything around a bit. It'll probably get moved around another 10 times as I expand the platform. This is all going to get turned to stone. I just got to be able to automate cobblestone, and I'm just waiting on redstone for that. And I moved this over here. And it's all stone now, so I don't have to worry about fires at all. So that's kind of pretty cool. Added these. These are kind of like, they're kind of like chest. They're just different. I just wanted to try them out. They're from multi-storage. Multi-storage. There we go. And why did I type multi-storage? They're called stone what? Stone storage? That might be it. Stone storage. There we go. They're from multi-storage. They're called stone storage. They just stack. They're just from stone. And you stack them up and they just store things. Not a lot of space. A little more than a double crate, but not a ton more. Really not worth it as far as I'm concerned. But yeah. And I did some more stone, some more wood, some more blaze powder, and that. This one is kind of cool though. I like this one. This is called the junk box. Go to junk box. And just small little, it's just stone slabs. Small little storage. 32 blocks, or 32 slots, I should say. That you can kind of sort around. Tells you the max amount of space it can have. It depends on how many different kinds of things you have in it, right? So, as I take up spaces and fill it up, it'll change. And you can stack 2 of them, make it 64. But I just wanted to use the slab, something to store my tools, and thought I'd try it out, see what it was about. Because I've never used it before. And I think that is pretty much it. Other than I made a little more of this dust, and I am going to need one of those. What are we going to get to today? So let's take a look here and look up where we're at. Let's actually go into this guide here. Where we're at is here, metal creation. So it's telling us now that, well, I mean, last episode we actually made our alchemical infusion table, but we're going to need that today. We're also going to need something called a condenser, and in the other guide it actually gives you a more detailed setup. But basically we need this to make our ores. So, not ores, our ingots, to make iron, gold, all that stuff is all coming from this early on. And it's a bit of a process. So we're going to have to get to that. And pretty cool. It's also telling us that we're going to need to make an embers hammer and upgrade our combustion heater to iron. Yeah, it looks like that. Iron casing is what we're going to need to make redstone. So that is kind of the goal today, trying to get to redstone creation. So let's take a look at the metal creation in the other guide. So in this one, the detailed one, it tells us here, for our setup, we need alchemical fusion table. We got a crucible, 2 fluid droppers, condenser with a casing, and we can view the setup here. The setup isn't too bad. This isn't really a multi-block. It's just kind of a way to do it without any piping. So we'll be able to change this later on. It's just kind of an early, easy setup. So, and you don't have to use a hopper either. So that's a little misguiding. You can put any inventory down there, so we can actually use a chest. So I guess the first thing we're going to need is a condenser. So we're going to need some actual stone for that, which I already smelted up. Actually, while I'm at it, before I even do that, we can actually upgrade these furnaces with inferium, so I should do that. There we go. Get that done. Just to make them a little faster. I did make a second furnace too, because, well, don't do that. The base furnace is, I mean, one furnace is just hard to live on, especially when you're doing charcoal and stuff. They are a little expensive in this pack, but well worth it. There we go. There we go. Can tell you, I'm already tired of making dirt, and I know how much more I have to make. So it's going to be a process, a little grindy, but got to get it done. So I'll do that. And I actually should be using tiny charcoal, so let's do that. Let's do that. Bam. Bam. Make it a little more efficient early on. throw that stuff in there, and I guess throw that stuff in there. Okay. So let's take a look at this condenser. Condenser right here. Stone condenser. We're going to need some stone. Stone and alchemy component, and that looks pretty easy. Let's get that done. I gotta stop looking at that table. That's unfortunate. There we go. There we go. Looks pretty easy. I guess we just pull that out. There. Yes. Looks pretty good. So that's that. We're also going to have to make a casing. So let's do that. I think I remember the recipe. Oh, that's actually, I didn't even, oak wood. It's the second time I did that. It surprises me that you could do that. Let's actually do this right and make a wooden gear. Do that, stone gear. I think that's everything. So let's go like this and like this. There's our stone casing. We'll also need some cobble for those, what are they called? Liquid droppers or fluid droppers? I actually can't remember the name of them. Either way, we're making two. There we go. Without my wheelia, or one probe, I'm not used to remember the name of everything. I usually just see it at the top. It's not there. Once we have some redstone and something else. What is one probe? I'm trying to remember what it is. I think it's got some gold. Oh, comparator. That's a problem. Quartz is going to be a while, I think. Yeah, we need cauldron. The cauldron in this takes steel. So that is going to be a little ways off. Probably an episode or two. So we got that. We're also going to have to get some other stuff here. So it said we need a crucible. So we're going to need 7 of that smelted up. We're also going to need some the sand smelted up. Let's do that. There we go. And there we go. We got that. We got that. I'm just thinking of what else we need. We're going to need some wood. I guess I could just do that here. Let's grab a stack of that. I do not know why I have cactus needle. I do not need that right now. Anything else we need here? Ladders. Let's make some ladders. I already had sticks on me, but whatever. There we go. Because this structure is quite tall. So we're going to need that. And that might be everything we need. We have a torch. Because we need that to melt down the liquid that we're going to melt. The way this actually works, I didn't really explain. We got to make these crystal shards. So we got to take glass and we need to put them in the alchemical fusion table. And it will make this. It'll make these crystal shards. These are then put in that crucible with a torch under it and melts it down. The fluid droppers grab the liquid, drop it down into the condenser. At which point you can put these here, these ore dust, into the condenser. There we go. Oh, ore condenser. No, ore dust. There we go. So these are all the different ores. So, I mean, there's mithril, there's iron. That's the one we're going to work on right away. And gold, all the others. And they have to be done in the alchemical fusion table as well. This one is rotten flesh and blaze powder to make iron ore dust. And you just put it in there, and it will, you know, with the liquid for every one of those crystals to smelt. Every one of those dust, sorry, to smelt, you need these... the shards that we're going to make here. So we're going to get some of those going. Gonna need 4 more of that. Let's grab crucible. I gotta stop doing that. I should have that table on the opposite side because I know I'm going to go close to that every time. Confuse myself. We're also going to need a chest. So let's do that because we need an inventory to export to the finished product, or I think it just drops it on the ground. And that doesn't sound very good. So guess somewhere like right there. Put a casing on top of that. There we go. Throw in the condenser. Then we need something like that. Then some glass. You don't have to use glass. Glass kind of just lets you know that there's liquid in there and it's ready to work. So there's our crystal shards. You won't get one every time. If you don't get one time, it is normal. It's because of this stuff. This stuff has catalyst yield. You can see it there. And that means it's 75% of the time, right? So, and we can upgrade this later on to different kinds. So there's like a second, where is it at? This stuff here. This is the second one. We'll be able to get to this one before too long. But you're going to make alchemical iron, blaze powder, and redstone. And I'll give you 5. And that one will make almost double. So You know what I mean? So the first one is really bad. Next one, better. I think the last one's like 20, but it's really expensive, like a 20 times multiplier. Let's pull that out. We're going to have to make some of that ore dust. So let's do that real quick. Let's actually make a fair amount. Let's start with maybe 15. And we'll need that. There we go. Guess we'll throw that stuff in there. Kind of get that going. And that'll start making our ore dust. We should get a fair amount. We won't get an actual 15 of them. So, like I said, some of them you just won't get. See there, it just went through the cycle. It didn't give us one. I think yeah, it's not that great. It's horrible. But it's kind of the pack that we signed up for. So let's get this built. We need a couple glass. Let's grab 4 of those. That's what I came over here for in the first place. There we go. Let's put that there, that there, that there. Guess we can put one of those there. Let's kind of stick some wood over here so we can get up there. And I already know I shouldn't have put all that glass there. I'm going to have to fix that. Because I need to get something. Oh, I can. Why am I talking about? Ignore me. I was thinking I was going to have to break glass. I don't have to break glass. There we go. Let's do that. Put this here. Put a fluid dropper here and here. Guess we can get that out of there now. That's fine. Put a torch here. You don't have to use a torch too. You could also use obsidian. If you go to, I think it's use on this. See this, it has heat sources. So this has 1 heat. Obsidian has 3. So I don't know if there's more heat sources, but there's definitely 2. So that is kind of cool. So obsidian can melt things. There we go. That should handle that. That's pretty much the setup, I guess. We are going to have to get more ladders here. So let's do that. There we go. And you can take these crystal shards, and it has an internal inventory of 4. And we can later get an upgrade for this. Let's see here. I think it's called a crucible inserter. There it is. And this will kind of, let you be able to buffer more in there and do it that way. But right now, this can only hold 4. If I throw another one in there, it won't go in. It has to melt down and all that jazz. But once it melts down, we'll see it floating there. And we should be able to smelt down some iron. The first of our iron. Let's see how that goes. There we go. And after this, it tells us we need to make the Tinker's Hammer. So the Tinker's Hammer is this. So we're going to need 4 iron and 2 lead. And this stuff is a little weird too. I should explain this. Well, to a point, because I only partially understand it so far. When you go to the condenser and look at the recipes, you'll see here there's an efficiency. You'll see how many ticks it's going to take and the efficiency. So efficiency % divided by ticks and speed, and yeah. So with iron, I mean, typically it seems like you get 1 for every like 3 or 4 liquids, I should say. Sorry, you should get about 3 or 4 for every... No, you get about 75%, it seems like. About 80%? 80% of the time you'll get 1. But the lead, when we do the lead, we're going to need 2 lead to get 1 ore dust. 1 ingot actually smelted. So it's a little frustrating like that. And I did not explain that very well at all. And I'm sorry. There's no documentation on this mod, so you kind of have to guess as you go. Or, where are we going? Ore dust. Let's look at the lead. I heard a tink in the background. That means it completed. And we're probably going to have to make 3 of these, actually. To show you, this thing, like I said, is horribly inefficient. Let's go down here. Where's my clay? Oh, right there. And we're going to have to make 3 lead dust, now that I think of it, to actually make 1 lead ingot, which is ridiculous. Anyway, let's go here. That was clay, and I think I kept some of that. I did. Probably need 1 more, don't I? Yes. So let's grab some gunpowder. I can only do 4 at once, so let's do that. Come up here. Do that. Throw that in. Maybe throw that in there. There we go. Put that there. There we go. Let's try and make some of this now. And this thing here is kind of like a filter. So if you're running conduits in here, you can set a filter. That's why it has the 0 there. Or you can just cover over it. Doesn't really matter. But if you want, you know, for future automation, instead of having to put the filter on the pipes, you can do it right there. There we go, and there we go. And that should start going. Yeah, excellent. Pretty sad. I got to do that 3 times to get 1. Anyway, so that's that. We got 3. We need 1 more right now. So let's leave 2 in there just in case. And because this thing is so horribly inefficient, and you have to do guesswork. There we go. I don't know why I'm looking at that. Wait for the last one. There's our 2. Like I said, you can see there's a partial bar. So if I did another one, it seems like I'm wasting it. Do I have any more clay? Oh, I'm short on clay. Do I have dirt? I think I used all... No, I didn't use all my dirt. There we go. Let's put that there. And we came to the conclusion that one doesn't work. So let's use a water extractor. And let's grab some water real quick. I just want to make 1 more of those because I can see the bar is almost full. And I think that means we're just about ready to get another one. And if I switch it over, it's just going to make a mess. So let's do that. Let's do that. Did I get 4? I did 2. There we go. And throw that in there. I just want to see if I get another one because it looks like the bar is full, right? Yes. Oh, the bar went down, though. See, I don't understand how that works fully. I'm not quite sure. That's good. We have 4 of them. That's good. We have 3 of these. We should be able to take 2 of those, put them there, and that should start smelting down. And it is going to take both of those. So I just put 2 in, and you can see here that this bar here is going to run all the way down before we get one, and then it's going to consume the next lead. There you go. So every time that bar goes down, it's going to consume a new one. So... yeah, horribly inefficient, but as we get better casings and better condensers, etc., it'll get more efficient. But anyway, there's our lead. There we go. Just need that and 2 sticks, and we should pretty much good to go on that end. Then we get into the next grind. The next grind is a bit of grind, and I'll probably do a cut at that point because, well, I'll explain that in a second. So here's our tinker's hammer that we were going for. If we go to use on this thing, you'll notice that it can make plates. But the problem is it makes plates at a cost of 4 to 1. Yeah, so we need to make a massive amount of iron. So I'm going to show you the iron we need to make. Just to give you an idea here. Well, right now we only need to make the iron casing. The iron casing will give us a higher HU, max HU, for our combustion heater. So we can actually make redstone. So it needs 4 of these plates. So that's 16 iron plus another 2 for those 4 rods, plus 5 for that, plus our loss that we get when we're creating this, because it's only 75%. It adds up. So I'm probably going to end up making about 28 or so. A lot. Anyway, just to make the casing to make this. See here. On top of that, let's look at the redstone recipe. Redstone. There we go. Because this is our goal. To actually do the redstone, we need 2 gunpowder and 2 blaze powder and combustion. That one's actually not bad. We can do that. So I guess that's pretty simple. What I think I'm going to do here right now, though, is do a cut and make a whole bunch more iron. Because, yeah, iron is the way of life. I'm going to have to smelt down more glass. I'm going to have to make more of the ore dust. I don't know why I did that. And I'm going to have to just keep doing this. Just plugging away at it because we have no way that we can automate this right now. It's not in the cards. It's all manual right now, and it's a thing. So I'll be back in a bit. Okay, after about 20 minutes of letting that thing smelt away, we've got some iron here. So let's try making this casing. Let's see here. We should be able to do it pretty easy. Casing. There we go. Iron casing. So we can do that right away. So hopefully I got my math right. Doesn't matter. I got more smelting anyway. I made some extras. So we can do some other stuff as well. So we're going to do that. We're going to do the iron plates. And we need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Perfect. There's our iron casing. There we go. So we should, in theory, be able to make redstone now. So that's pretty cool. We're going to have to replace this casing, though. So let's pull this out. And break that. And break that, I guess. Throw this here. I'm sure I could save this casing for something else. And throw that in there. And put that there. And, yeah, it is multi-blocked. It is working. The efficiency's higher. This fuel number goes up, I think, with the actual heater. I think it's, I don't know what that means. I think it might be how much fuel you get per item, maybe? I'm not sure. Honestly, not sure. But yeah, let's try it out. So redstone. What was redstone? I actually had it up there before I started that. Redstone. There we go. Go here. There we go. So 2 gunpowder, 2 blaze powder. Let's see if we can get this going. And we'll only be able to do 1 at a time with this, I think. But that's fine for now. The actual heater, upgrade that combustion heater. I didn't even tell you the price on that because that is actually ridiculous. Combustion heater. So if I want to upgrade this iron combustion heater right now, without being able to make plates at a 1-to-1 ratio, this thing is going to cost me, well, 4, 8, 12, 16, 32. What is that? So that's a lot. That's 28. Plus the next level, I think, is 32. Yeah, so 60 iron ingots just to get that up to the next efficiency level. Yeah, have 100% ETU, fuels used at 132% rate. Have no idea. Efficiency is better. But anyway, so it is ridiculous. It is expensive, and it's a thing. And we'll get to it at some point. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe we'll try to skip it. I doubt we'll be able to skip it, to be honest. Steel. Steel's the next one, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. What is that? Frozen? Yeah, we're definitely not skipping it. Okay. Let's go here and here. And there. There we go. And that should be good. And in theory. Oh, helps if I give it fuel. I made a whole bunch of blaze powder while I was waiting for all those ores to smelt. And it went through tons of that tiny charcoal I already made. Several stacks in no time. This thing goes through stuff like a madman. It is crazy. And there we go. We have redstone now. So we actually hit that. That is our goal. We got it. And I actually want to take this and this and get to work on something right away. I would like to make a block breaker. So let's check that out. Block breaker. This here. One of those. What is the other one? What's the other options that we have here? We'd have users. So we could do... No. We could do a miner. What's a miner? Well, I just kind of figured out what we could do here. We could do that. What is that? Just says cobblestone or redstone. I would have to use 4 redstone right there. But that isn't that bad. I might actually do this. 3 more extra iron, but that's fine. I'm going to need that sooner or later anyway. I think the mechanical miner is more versatile. The block breaker is still good too, because that is from random things. And if you put a chest behind it, it will automatically move the items to the chest. Because usually, I mean, if you don't, it'll just drop the items on the ground. The mechanical miner will, well, it has an internal inventory. I think I'll go with the breaker right now. We'll go with the breaker now. And maybe we'll definitely probably need a miner later on for something else. But that was probably the route we're going to go. Let's go this one. There we go. Doesn't matter too much. I'm just thinking of the future. Because we probably won't have to do this the entire pack, right? So, there we go. At least I hope not. There we go. Cobblestone. Ooh, isn't it iron pick? I have no idea. Isn't it? I thought that's what I got. Let's get that going. Let's see here. What was I doing? What? Why is everything gone? Why is everything so confusing in life? There we go. Anyway. Oh, that's gravel. That's probably not going to work. There we go. Grab that. Go here. Go here. Block breaker. And we're going to set this up for auto cobble. So we're going to do that. Let's grab a chest really quick, actually. Let's grab 8. There we go. Throw that there. Put that there. And there we go. Going to hit over here. Set this up real quick. What would be the easiest way? I guess we can get it down right here. Just thinking, don't have any wrenches or anything. It's not like I can move it. There we go. And I should be able to just throw that there. And there we go. Automated cobble, just like that. That is actually pretty cool and very simple. So that takes care of that. So let's take a look at the book here, look at the guide, and see if there's anything else we can do here. First, you need to create a hammer for hammers, blah, blah, blah. We did that. We made iron casing. Redstone used to make... We could make the Secudus Alchemist dust. We could do that. Compressor. So... You can create the fusion table. What? Creating the fusion table. Just give me a sec. A couple of dust which could double the ore dust you create in fusion table. So does that mean we can use this Secudus to make the compressor? I'm a little confused here. Let's see here. The compressor. Which compressors do we get here? No. That one. Huh? Let's look at the Secudus. Go to use on that. I'm not seeing anything like that. What is this used in? Condenser, not a compressor. Okay. Well, I'm not sure exactly what they're saying there. Maybe I read that a little unclearly. Let's take a look again. There we go. You can... Okay. Add that to your combustion chamber so that you can make a redstone. I did that. Used to make Secudus Alchemist dust. Okay. Which can double most ore dust you created in a fusion table. Oh, redstone to make a compressor. Okay. I'm not sure which compressor they mean though, because I mean, there's no compressor there right now that I can make easily. This one is going to take. I can't even go near that one. I can't even look at it. That's the implosion anyway. This one, basic machine. We would need a redstone furnace for this, which is copper. We could make copper. We could do that. We need dawstone though, so I don't even know if we can get the dawstone. Let's see here. Block of iron, camite bricks, stamper. What's the other part of that? There's two parts of the stamper. Oh, before I even look at that, let's look at the activator. Activator. Because if I can't make that, I can't do any of it. No, I could technically do that. It's a little unclear as to exactly what we should be doing. Okay. Which could make plates at a 1-to-1 ratio. And a block breaker, which I already made. Best way you could do this, point of the game. You won't be able to automate the creation of crystal shards until mid-game. Okay. So, I'm not really sure which compressor they mean. Because I can't make it. You know, it seems to me if it's like, oh, you can make it. I mean, it might be a little grindy. But this is a lot of stuff. So to even get to this, we need power. Because we would need I believe a redstone furnace is the only route. Molten refined iron. Yes, the redstone furnace takes regular iron and turns it into that. So we would need a machine frame. We need clear glass. How's clear glass made in this one? So liquid glass poured in tinkers. So we would need a tinkers. Just got to get it out here. We need a setup from embers. Bricks, copper gears, the rest we could do, but we would need 3 machines just to get this done. So, well, 4. We need power, tinkers. Oh, I didn't even see that. That's 4 machines. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I really am. Oh, and steel. So we would need a coke oven. Oh my goodness, that cannot be it. Because the guide is all, oh, you could just do this now. Not that you'll have to do this, this, and that, right? I'm trying to figure. Maybe there's one more compressor that I'm not seeing. That's the compression domino. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Oh, no, that's compressed oak log. I thought that was from Sky Resources. There's nothing from Sky Resources, is there? For a compressor? Sky... Resources. Not seeing anything. Yeah. So that's for other stuff later on. Yeah, not seeing anything there. Let's look up plates and look at our options. Because I thought I saw them all. That is the immersive ones. We can't do that yet because of the piston. The piston is extremely expensive. Otherwise, we would be able to do that. Except for the steel. We need steel for that too. But that would actually be a shorter route if we didn't need any power. So the power pretty much shuts that one down. Let's look at the other plate options. Plate. So we've got... What is that? What mod is that from? We got the stamper. We already knew that. We got a compactor. I guess compactor? Can we do all the plates in here or just some of them? Is that a diamond plate? Or not diamond, emerald? Dawstone. Because Dawstone's a whole setup. That is literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different components that we have to go through just to get that. And I'm not sure here. It's a little vague. The book is a little vague sometimes. Let's see if there's anything in this one. Where does it take us? It takes us to the crucible. Those are upgrades. Those are upgrades. And this is later on. The crushed stone stuff. You need steel before you can even get into that because you need cauldron. Quick dropper, rock crusher. Yeah, not seeing it there. Compression? You're able to compress your blocks. What is this? What? You're able to compress your blocks, such as stone, into more block blocks. No, it's not actually compression at all. Compressed water, I already did that. Oh, compression automation. Compressed rock crusher. I think that's just for rocks. Okay, I have no idea. I feel like I'm just being derpy now because I literally... This thing isn't really giving me a guide on which route we need to go. I might have to take a look between episodes and kind of sort it out because there's a lot there. If it's just sending us to that compactor, if that's... compressor we need to make. If this is the one we need to make, there is a lot to make. So that is a whole plan in itself. Yeah, because that is a lot. What was it? This? No, not that circuit. Can't do that. Okay, there's also this compressor. But that's refined iron. Refined iron was Tinker's, right? No, it was the redstone furnace. That's the thing that's locking me down. So Tinker's plus Dawstone, so all the Ember stuff. Copper gear, which is easy. The machine frame, which was forestry. Steel, which was immersive. The clear glass, which was Tinker's. And that's just for one component. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. I'm just sitting here babbling now. I do apologize, but it is very unclear about which compressor. Why can't it just say this compressor? You know what I mean? If they're going to point you in a direction, why not be a little more clear about it? It's kind of like this thing. It's kind of like this. I mean, if you're going to put these numbers here, tell me what they mean. Just don't expect me to assume it. You know what I mean? It causes frustration from people. And that's when people drop packs. Anyway, I think I'm going to end this one here. I mean, I need to sit down and figure out exactly what I'm doing. So... As always, if you guys like this video, please hit that like button. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button. It's much appreciated. I want you guys all to have a good one. I'll see you guys next video. Later.